Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And there are many awful crimes, the worst of which, in my opinion, is the P. The destruction of a child's innocence, its physical harm, the mental and emotional trauma that can last an entire life is a truly awful thing, and it is committed by the most depraved and lowest of scum human beings that walk this good earth. Personally, I think the punishments inflicted on these people are nowhere near enough. I would like to see a lot of this, and maybe a lot of this, and that would help. There would never be recidivism this way. They'd never commit it twice. But for anyone who defends these people, who empathises with them, and who identifies with their plight, I think they also should be tarred with the same brush and should face the same punishments. And they should certainly be nowhere near children. So imagine how awful it must have been for the parents of a Texas school to learn that one of those teachers asked the children to be empathetic towards these kind of people and not to call them P's, but to call them minor attracted persons. She's rightly lost her job, but let's look at this article, and it's awful. So, pictured, and the picture is below, you'll see it in a moment, Texas teacher who was fired, good, for telling students don't judge people for wanting to with 5-year-olds and asking them to call the P's minor attracted persons in a disturbing classroom clip posted to TikTok. This is her. Well, she says it's absolutely fine and you shouldn't judge people who want to have with 5-year-old children. Just look at her. She is a monster. What kind of woman thinks like that? What kind of woman looks at 5-year-olds and thinks it's acceptable for, well, let's not go into that too much. A high school teacher who appeared to defend the P's to her students has been fired by her Texas school board in an 18-second clip that destroyed her career, and rightly so. Uploaded to TikTok, Franklin High School teacher Amber Parker is heard urging her students to call P's minor attracted persons. Now, I'll come to this. They want the term minor attracted person rather than the P word, because the P word is seen as an evil, nasty bastard. It's seen as something that's awful and something that crawls out from under a stone. But they're trying desperately to normalise it, because the LGBT hasn't got a P in it, and they so desperately want the P to be normalised. So now the term is not the P, the term is a minor attracted person, so that they can normalise it and make it, oh, he's a minor attracted person. In the same way as many years ago, a homosexual was seen as an awful thing, and now we've accepted homosexuality. But the difference is homosexuals are doing it between two consenting adults. They're not taking your 5-year-old child. Parker, 53, taught English at the El Paso school, also known as the LP. No, I can't say that. The school district was immediately informed of the incident. An investigation was launched and leading to Parker's suspension and then subsequent firing. But I just want this story out there because I want everyone to see her. So anyway, we'll go into it. A Texas teacher has been fired after she was caught on tape instructing, well, hardly on tape, you know, I mean, it's not the 1980s, but I know what they mean. Instructing students not to use the word P, but instead use the term minor attracted persons. Amber Parker, 53, who taught English at Franklin High School in El Paso, was sacked from her job after making the comments in class, which were captured on video and subsequently shared to social media. And this is why kids in school, I don't care what they say, oh, but they mustn't, oh, don't let kids have, mobile phones in school, blah, blah, blah. If a child did not have this in his class, this would have stood. Nobody would have been fired over this, and this woman would still be teaching children. So, yeah, good on whoever filmed this, good on them. During the 18-second long clip that was posted to TikTok, The teacher can be heard telling students, stop calling them that. You're not allowed to label people like that. Stop it, Diego. We're not going to call them that. Actually, yes, you are. You're totally allowed to call them that because that's what they are. They are subhuman scum. They are lower than the dog shit on your boot. They are the worst people on the planet, and they deserve no sympathy, no empathy, and they deserve little more than a wee chop of the willy and a wee 20, 30 years in prison. And preferably a short walk with a bit of rope. That's my view on it. But anyway, Parker can be heard instructing her English students in the clip, we're going to call them MAPs, minor attracted persons. So don't judge people just because they want to have with a 5-year-old. Excuse me, you exactly judge people who want to have 5-year-olds. In fact, the courts do it all the time. You stupid, ignorant, dangerous. I wouldn't be surprised if she's a P. I hope everything she owns has been gone through. I hope every bit of electronics she's got has been thoroughly investigated. Oh, and look, she's got young children. I wonder what her husband does. If she's defending this, she is defending that to such an extent it makes you wonder what he's doing to those children. And I bet he needs to be bloody well investigated. Here she is pictured with husband Jason and her 2 grandchildren. Yeah, right. And I bet Jason is on a register. And I bet if Jason's not on a register, I suspect Jason may well need to be. The school district was immediately informed of the incident, which occurred last week, and an investigation was launched, initially leading to the suspension. El Paso's Independent School District Board of Trustees, led by Superintendent Diana Sayavadra, I do hope I pronounced that correctly, then unanimously voted to fire Parker following her controversial remarks. I would have more than fired her, but I would have made the walk of shame. Game of Thrones, shame, Bush, like that, straight down the schoolyard, straight through the centre of El Paso. Dirty bitch. Anyway, Lisa Rodriguez said on Friday, after a thorough investigation was conducted on September the 6th, 2022, during a special board meeting, the Board of Trustees approved the decision to notify a Franklin High School teacher of her proposed termination. And, that's it. That is it. That is a woman who is defending the P's. She's got a husband and she's got 2 grandchildren there. And, seriously, worrying that she's defending that. If she's defending it, you have to ask why, and I think it's because there's someone close to her. Ryan Ruvalcaba, a junior at Franklin High School, told Fox 17 she, the teacher, was expressing how it was ridiculous how we in society might not be able to call people P's. That we in society will probably have to start calling them MAPs because it can be offensive to them. Yes, I hope it's offensive to them because they are offensive. Being offensive is not a crime. Having 5-year-olds, that's a crime. And it's not just a crime against law. It's a crime against nature. It's a crime against decency. It's a crime against humanity. And these people that do that deserve nothing. They deserve nothing at all. They don't even deserve justice. They deserve to be put down like dogs. And she's defending them. Yeah, I heart Texas. Yeah, you heart the children in Texas, love, don't you? Is that maybe why you wanted to become a teacher? Get close to those children. It don't half make you wonder. I have said many a time that teachers often are dangerous for school. I've said it all my videos. I say, educate your children at home if you possibly can. Keep them away from teachers because teachers are dangerous. Oh, dearie me. What can you do? Well, there she is. So, yeah. Look at her. If you live near her, know what she is. She is a defender of the P's. She thinks it's okay and that you shouldn't call P's P. They should be called minor attracted persons. She wants this normalised. So, good on her. Bye now, love. Go and find another job. See if anyone will hire you. I won't. Anyway, I'm going to come up. Do these people not consider before opening their mouths what the words they say are going to do to their careers? They must be aware. I mean, they're not stupid, surely, unless they are stupid. But if they're stupid, what the hell are they teaching kids for? But to have anyone like this anywhere near children is so wrong. They must do better background checks. And she must never, ever work, well, certainly never work with children again. I don't suppose she'll ever work again with that kind of background. But it's awful. I mean, this is why I've always said, do not let your children go to school if you can avoid it. Educate them at home, because teachers are like this. Teachers have agendas now. They don't just teach your children the things they need to know. They push them. They brainwash them. They have the agenda they must get through, and it's the LGBT, particularly the T agenda at the moment. It's Marxism. It's socialism, and now it's making the P's socially acceptable. And so basically grooming these children to find that kind of abuse is acceptable, in the vain hope that if anyone does do it to them, they'll think, oh, he's not a P, he's a minor attracted person, and therefore it's okay. It makes you wonder. And then there's a picture of her and her husband and 2 grandchildren, and you're wondering, why is she so keen to defend the P? And then you look at the husband and you think, no, it can't be, can it? Anyway, I'll leave it there. If you like what you hear and see on the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications. Leave a like, leave a comment. Please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, home educate your kids, and goodbye.